Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and happy Thursday to you. This video is going to be getting you all caught up as we head into the weekend for Raid Shadow Legends. We just had CVC ending. We've got 2x Ancient Shards launching tomorrow. Walking Tomb Drang is coming to an end very soon, and we have even got a few champion rebalances happening in game, so I will get you full context on all of that and what it means for those champions. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, what you see is what you get for Walking Tomb Drang and getting that fragment summon finished. I was able to finish up and get him summoned yesterday, and right now it is going to be the spider tournament that you want to focus on today to get the guaranteed fragments over on the right. And then this spider tournament is going to be double dipping with a Dungeon Divers event right here that is also going to be ending. So these are the last two opportunities to scoop up fragments for Walking Tomb Drang. And even if you are not going to finish him, if you're going to get to like 85, 90 or something, you still want to do that because you never know down the road. Plarium has, I believe a couple times at this point, done like different opportunities to earn fragments for previous champions. So you definitely want to get every fragment you can, even if you're not going to finish him. And then starting tomorrow as we head into the weekend, this weekend's summoning event is going to be a 2x for Ancient Shards. Now, you can kind of see a pseudo countdown in game for when the 2x Ancients will start, and that is going to be by the Champion Chase countdown that you see right there under the tournaments tab. So 2x Ancient Shards are a great time for any account out there that's early to mid game, still needs a bunch of those different epics and whatever kind of legendary you summon is going to help you. So a great opportunity to progress your account out there playing during 2x Ancients if you've got some shards to do so and you are still in the progression phase. There's some arguments to be made in the recent days, last 6 months or so of Raid, as the game shifts a little bit to having a lot more guaranteed type events, that if you're end game, you may want to consider kind of saving up some shards for some of those events like the Lady Kimmy and the Ragash one that we just had, but that is going to depend on you and your account. All you need to know is that this weekend is going to be 2x Ancients, and the rotation goes Ancient, Sacred, Void. So the next 2x will be 2 weeks from now, and it will be 2x Sacreds. And then we've got some balance changes going on here, kind of randomly to a few different epics, and we will start with Lady Atessa as we keep you in the loop on these different changes. So we are actually getting a change to all of the abilities here. The I don't know why they have them out of order, but the A1 is going to be Blessed Missiles, and we're just getting a more reliable chance there on the block buffs. Going to be buffing that up to 40% instead of the 25 that it was, and then Whiplash is going to be the A2. And that is just going to be getting a better chance as well. We're going to put the default stun chance up to 75, which means that I believe if I make this smaller, I didn't know that that would still block that at that size. Yeah, so we do get a cooldown and the 100% buff chance on that. So we're going to be taking that stun to a 3-turn cooldown and a 100% chance to proc on the A2. And then they're going to be changing this one to be increasing to 20% instead of the 10% that it was. And instead of being super reliant on the stun, it's going to be all of the different CC debuffs. So, I don't think any of this is like gonna bring Lady Atessa into a top 10 epic or anything, but definitely gonna be a lot better than she was. Tashada is also getting a few changes from the Barbarians, and I believe these are going to make Tashada a pretty damn good epic for like faction crypts, especially for the Barbarians. Remember that she already had an ally speed in faction crypts by 20%, and now the A1 here, all of her abilities are going to be scaling with defense instead of defense and attack. You know, it's a little bit confusing when they do something like that, and they don't even break down like the scaling of it. So I like that they're just going to make it scaling off of defense instead of two different stats. And what is going to be happening on the A1 is that we are also going to get a 50% chance of placing an increased defense buff on this champion. So going to basically have a permanent increased defense buff, similar to something that we saw on the guaranteed Tiger champion from the Skinwalkers, Ragash, how the A1 would permanently buff his own defense. So we're going to be also getting the same thing here on the Tashada. And then we're getting a change to the A2, where damage will be based on defense. Obviously, the whole kit is going to be like that. And then we're just buffing up the reliability of the 75% chance to place a weaken. And then we are going to be getting a very robust revive here. This is a 3-turn cooldown. Revive an ally with 40% HP and turn meter, then heal all allies by 15% HP. with the 3-turn cooldown, like I said. So a really solid like B plus A minus kind of option here for Faction Wars. If you have not finished the Barbarian Faction Crypts, you may want to take a look at Tashada if she is on your account, because could be a very solid option when trying to 3-star some of that Barbarian Faction Crypt content. And then lastly, we have got some changes coming to Jarang. Now, some people get these mixed up. We've got Jarang and Jareg. Make sure we're talking about the right one here. But this is going to be the champion, Jarang, that is going to be getting some of the balance changes. We've got the Stunning Toss that is going to be the A2, attacking one enemy 2 times. And we're just, again, be buffing that up from 50 to 75 for a default. So it will book to a 100% stun on a 3-turn cooldown. It's one enemy, so I don't know if this will really change him. Then we are also getting a change to talons here. We're going to bump up the reliability of the decreased attack going on, along with the decreased defense 3 times at random. I mean, that's pretty decent. It does book to a 3-turn cooldown, but it should probably just be AoE. I mean, even if it was AoE, it's not like he would be broken good or anything. So he would definitely be a little bit better than he was, but I don't anticipate this to change him all that much. I believe the best changes were the ones to Teshada. She will definitely have a role in the game in being a progression champion for some of those early accounts that summon her, or for the people that are putting together their first Barbarian Faction Crypt team trying to 3-star some content. Was definitely the most significant change in my opinion. Then as we transition to some of the game stuff going on, worth noting that we are down to, or getting close to the final week of the Doom Tower as we head into this weekend. So worth noting that you probably want to start focusing on getting some of those secret rooms done, so you don't end up, you know, the last day of the Doom Tower or something, you're trying to get everything done at once and you've got to spend 100 silver keys or something. So start working on your Doom Tower. We had a new reset to the Hydra boss, so if you haven't done that yet this week, you've got about 5.5 days left on your Hydra keys. We just had CVC going on, so our next one after a week off is going to be the next Tuesday, so like 11 or 12 days from now should be our next CVC match. And then like we said, with the shard rotation, this weekend will be 2x Ancients. Next week we will get some sort of 10x or guaranteed champion from Sacred Shards or something, and then the week after that we will be getting the 2x Sacreds. So if they do have an event for like a guaranteed champion from Sacred Shards or something, you do want to be careful and make note of the next 2x should be Sacred Shards. So just make sure you have that in the back of your mind when you're planning out spending the shards on your account. All of the tournament and event stuff is pretty normal. We already talked about what to pay attention for today when grinding the spider to double dip with your dungeon divers to focus on your walking tomb drang. There's also a classic arena takedown, and then the champion chase is going to be coinciding with the 2x Ancients going on this weekend. And then you've also got the artifact enhancement, but a lot of this stuff is just kind of your normal events type of stuff. Nothing super crazy like fragments or champion skins going on in any of this. So just make sure you're running the spider today to get the fragments you need for walking tomb drang. So let's go ahead and take a look in the shop and see if there's anything worth going over today. The summer splash bundle is definitely worth plugging in, so let's put in the price, and we are getting 17 times 50 multi-battles. That's a lot of them. The energy is just a flat amount of 55. Is that 55, 25? Alrighty, so what is that going to be? A 2.49 for just the energy. Now, worth noting that you are going to get this over the course of 14 days. It's not going to be some lump sum on your account. And that is a lot of multi-battles. So, honestly, for a spender in raid, this is a pretty decent offer. That's about the best you'll ever get bulk energy in terms of price and an offer that I've seen before, especially sustained over a couple of weeks to go ahead and spend on your grinding. And the multi-battles are always nice to have for, you know, when those different tournaments and fragment events are going on. So, yeah. At about a 2.5, maybe closer to a 3.0, depending on how you value multi-battles. It's going to be different for everybody, whether they're mobile-only players or PC or BlueStacks or whatever. That's going to be wildly different. But all in all, for a spender in raid, that's an offer I would probably recommend. Divine Offense, and then we've got the Ultimate Savings Pack. This one's probably worth plugging in as well. Let's get the price update. And then we are going to be getting 750k silver. And we're going to go, then it's just going to be 750 energy. So, boom, 750. And then we've got the epic tomes, right down here of 3 and 15 ancient shards. So boom, 2.00 on the dot. A little bit disappointing. Usually these purchase limits of 1 are a little bit better than 2.0. So again, for a high spender, it's decent, especially if you're wanting to YOLO during 2x Ancients. Like if you're an early to mid game high spender, this would be okay. For those that are a little bit more diligent and looking for those banger offers, this one is not amazing. It's just kind of decent. So that will do it, what we needed to get covered in this one. If you're going to be pulling Ancient Shards, good luck on your 2x boosted Ancient Shards tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We've got a lot of amazing Raid Shadow Legends content coming up in the future. But as always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.